live radio, local podcasts, the Frederick Podcast Network at listenfrederick.com.
The Fedora Files.
Hello, this episode is brought to you by the Fedora Files. The creatures are stirring, a creepy Christmas collection by me, Gregory Fedora, available on Amazon. Go pick it up and learn about Krampus and other crazy Christmas creatures and stories. Now on to the show. Hello and welcome to the Fedora Files. I am Gregory Fedora, and I'm so glad you're here. It is the first week of December, and that means Krampus is coming to town. And I thought, you know what? Since he's coming, we best do a podcast all about him because, Krampus is just phenomenal. And in the past, I've done previous Christmassy holiday ones, and I talked about Krampus, but I wanted to dedicate a whole episode to the Cramp Man because, he deserves it. He is Germany's answer to what Christmas needed. And if you don't know anything about Germany, there's a few things you need to know. Germans love David Hasselhoff, and they love making children scared. And if there is a creature or being in folklore that kills kids, devours them, or stuffs them in a sack around the holiday seasons, it came from Germany. And, well, that's where Krampus comes from. He's the Germans' answer to population control at Christmas time. So let's go into the complete, slightly ridiculous history of Krampus. Now, first of all, what does Krampus look like? Well, he is a towering, furry demon goat hybrid with curling horns and a forked tongue. He has bloodshot eyes, and he goes storming through the snowy streets. His cowbells jangle ominously as he brandishes a bundle of birch sticks ready to thrash the naughty. Children scream, adults giggle nervously, and somewhere a schnapps bottle is being passed around because apparently we all cope differently with terror. Some of us get, drunk while our children get stolen from us. In Germany, of course. Welcome to the chaotic and strangely festive world of Krampus, Europe's unapologetically evil cousin of Santa. If you ever thought the holidays were missing a little punishment and a lot of paganism, buckle up. We're diving into the bizarre and terrifying history of Krampus. Krampus didn't just pop out of the shadows to ruin Christmas. His roots run deep into pre-Christian pagan traditions of the Alpine region. His name derives from the German word Krampen, meaning claw, which tracks because he's all about terrifying people into better behavior. Legend says Krampus is the son of Hel, the Norse goddess of the underworld, which makes him the black sheep or goat of family gatherings. Long before he was stuffing naughty kids into a sack, he was probably just a regular underworld goat demon doing demony things. When the Romans rolled into the Alpine region in the 1st century BCE, the locals likely introduced them to Krampus. Whether the Romans appreciated this early version of casual terror remains undocumented. By the 12th century, the Catholic Church wasn't loving the whole goat demon frolicking through the streets vibe and tried to banish Krampus, equating him with the devil. Flash forward to 1934, when Austria's conservative Christian Social Party gave it another go, but Krampus proved harder to shake than holiday glitter on a carpet. Krampusnacht, Krampus Night, takes place on December 5th, the evening before St. Nicholas Day. Here's how it goes down. St. Nicholas, the wholesome grandpa figure we all know, hands out gifts to the good kids, while Krampus, his diabolical +1, deals with the brats. And by deals, I mean birch-whippings, dragging them off in chains, or stuffing them into a sack to haul them back to his lair for who knows what, usually to be eaten and then shoved down into hell. It's like Elf on the Shelf, but with legitimate trauma. The tradition survives today, particularly in Austria and Bavaria, where Krampus Slufels, which are Krampus Runs, are a thing. During these, locals dress as Krampus and chase people through the streets, all while clanging cowbells and rattling chains. Think of it as Halloween meets Black Friday with a side of therapy bills. Now, if St. Nick is the guy handing out candy canes. Krampus is the dude eating them whole while glaring at you. Together, they embody the perfect holiday balance, the carrot and the stick, or in this case, the gift and the goat slap. Interestingly, Krampus wasn't always about punishing children exclusively. In his earliest incarnations, he also tormented greedy adults or anyone who generally sucked at being a decent human. Over time, though, Krampus's focus narrowed to children, probably because kids are easier to catch. Now, Krampus has been banned more times than an undercooked fruitcake. The Inquisition outlawed him for looking way too devilish. The Nazis gave him the boot because, well, Nazis are going to be Nazis. And yet Krampus, he kept bouncing back. Can't hold a good monster down. In recent years, his popularity has exploded, proving that our collective love of the macabre is alive and well. He's got his own movie, which came out in 2015, a comic book series, and festivals dedicated entirely to his chaos. Even in the U.S., where the naughty list traditionally just gets you socks, cities like Orlando and Los Angeles now have Krampus celebrations. So what do you do if you run into Krampus? Well, Alpine tradition says schnapps is your best defense. Apparently nothing says, please don't kidnap me, like offering your tormentor some fruit brandy. And if you're in Austria, you might want to prepare for more than one Krampus, so get a case of that schnapps. In places like St. Johann, Krampus Runs can involve hundreds of these goat demons barreling through the streets. It's like a holiday parade, except instead of waving, they're waving sticks at you and hitting you until you give them schnapps. It's like your drunken, angry uncle. Just give him the schnapps. So why does Krampus still hold such an iron grip on our holiday imaginations? Maybe it's the thrill of a good scare. Maybe it's the chance to dress up, break some social norms, and revel in some harmless chaos. Or maybe, just maybe, it's because Krampus gives us a much-needed break from the overly sweet, commercialized version of Christmas, which started back in August. Let's face it, for every cozy Hallmark movie, there's a part of us that secretly wants to see a goat demon whip a bad kid with some birch sticks. I know I do. I'd actually like to see him show up in a Hallmark movie and beat the people that want to quit their jobs to start selling sugar cookies all year round. But I digress. Today, Krampus is more popular than ever, showing up not just in Europe, but across the globe, whether he's scaring naughty kids, parading through the streets, or starring in horror movies. One thing is clear, Krampus isn't going anywhere. So this holiday season, keep an ear out for the ominous clang of cowbells. Be good. Leave out some schnapps, and remember, Santa knows when you've been naughty. But Krampus, he cares. So have a great holiday season and get out there and enjoy some Krampus celebrations. I'm sure there's got to be one near you. Go find it and have some fun. I'm going to try and make my way to a few of them this coming holiday season. And as always, stay safe and keep searching.
The Fedora Files.
Check out FedoraCRT.com today.